Dr. L. Hanumantayya.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. To speak on National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professionals Bill 2020. Sir, first of all, India's public healthcare expenditure is 1.28% as per the National Health Profile 2019, which is very, very less comparable to many countries. For example, Indonesia is 1.40, Sri Lanka 1.68, whereas our public healthcare expenditure stands at 1.28%. Sir, India's rank at Global Healthcare Access and Quality Index is 145 out of 195 countries, the report says in 2016. Sir, the Economic Survey of India 2021 noted India ranks 179 out of 189 countries in budgetary allocations. This speaks what the public healthcare system in India is taking care. Sir, the worst affected parties in this are the marginalized section. Just now we passed the bill of MTP, which is again those people who are vulnerable to rape and other things are the victims of that bill. So I am also telling the economic survey, the Global Healthcare Access Quality Index, all these things speaks, we are not providing sufficient funds to the healthcare system of the country. Sir, the doctor population ratio is 1:1343, 1,343, as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Services, September 2020. Sir, average population served by the government allopathic doctor is 10,926. It is the sad part of it. So, the healthcare professionals is very important and it has to be taken care by the government with all sections of the society, and the quality of the healthcare services by making a bill will not come into that, but to provide proper budgetary support to that, then the healthcare allied services can be better in the country. Sir, this includes the scientist, therapist, any other professional who studies, advises, researches, supervises, or provide preventive, curative, rehabilitative, therapeutic, and promotional health services. Sir, the above professionals what I listed should have a degree or a diploma under this bill, which fixes the time and the hours of learning and teaching. Sir, the allied and healthcare professions, the bill specifies certain categories of allied and healthcare professions as recognized categories. These are mentioned in the bill, and this includes life science professionals, trauma and burn care professionals, surgical and anesthesia technology, and physiotherapists, nutrition science professionals. These are the categories made in the bill. The bill sets up this National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professionals. Sir, according to the bill, the autonomous boards, State Council as per the bill, empowered to constitute 4 autonomous boards: Undergraduate Allied and Healthcare Education Board, Postgraduate Allied and Healthcare Education Board, Allied and Healthcare Assessment and Rating Board of Ethics and Registration Board. These are all the 4 categories according to the bill. Sir, there is also, if there is an offense, there will be a penalty clause in the bill. The penalty clause will be 5 lakhs and up to 3 years imprisonment. So I feel a country like this, which is now taking up the healthcare allied professionals to the mainstream, bringing them to the mainstream is the first part, and train them and give them the proper orientation is the second part. In such a case, if you fix up the penalty clause to this level, I think people may not become. Your intention may be good that no malpractice should happen in this industry, but this much of penalty will not be reasonable according to me, sir. Sir, the reason being, in most of the villages where the healthcare assistants will not be there, and there are no professionals in the village. In most of the country, as I said, the allopathy doctor's rate is 10,000 per doctor. And nurses, there is a big shortage. In such a case, the functions of the commission which regulates framing policies, standards, and regulating education and practice. Number 2, creating and maintaining online central register and registered professionals. Number 3, providing basic standard of education curriculum and examination, training, etc. Number 4, uniform examination system and exit system, examination among others will be taken care by this. The commission will constitute a professional council for every recognized category of allied and healthcare professionals, particularly the state council. Within 6 months of bill is passed in this August House, the bill, state government will have to constitute a state allied and healthcare councils. Sir, state councils consist of chairperson and 25 experienced healthcare professionals in the field. Sir, prior permission to establish this new institution and to open the new courses, this board has to give the permission, and they have to do it on this only. So I said, the offense and penalties which is fixed in this is very, very costly. The minister, I request you to think again in fixing that penalty clause, sir. Sir, commissions seeks to manage, regulate large group of professions. 2 years term will restrict the functioning of the council. That is, the standing committee recommends it should be at least minimum 3 years up to 5 years. Otherwise, you are restricting the functioning of the councils just because it is 2 years. Sir, the bill does not address lack of supply of allied and healthcare professionals. I wanted to elaborate this. According to Public Health Foundation of India report says, 64 lakh nurses are shortfall in this professional course. As per the data of the Rural Health Statistics 18-19 says, 39.9%, approximately 40% shortfall of lab technicians at PHCs and CHCs. In almost all the rural PHCs, you are not finding the lab technicians at all. So less than 59% of radiographers in all the CHCs are the shortage. Sir, the bill, while regulating the standards of education and services of such professionals, does not address the bigger issue of lack of incentives to opt for this profession. Sir, it is true that there is a big shortfall of allied health professionals. But what are the incentives in the bill? To people like rural area, those who wanted to come as nurses, lab technicians, physiotherapists, is there any incentive given in the bill, made the provision in the bill, is absent. So these health professionals are frontline warriors. So we should take care of them and help in scaling of healthcare services under the supervision of doctors and nurses. They have the major role. Sir, this is a very important bill because the major healthcare system, about 80% is taken care of these people, these allied health professionals. The doctors and the super specialty doctors are not the frontline warriors. these elite health professionals are the frontline warriors. So we should take more care in giving them proper education, proper training, and proper placement also. Despite the huge demand for their services, this sector is highly fragmented in India. Sir, India struggles to meet health challenges due to two major things, sir. One, scarcity of financial resources. That is what I already said. And second, shortage of human resources at all levels. Sir, human resources is there, but it is not properly trained. That is the major problem. So India facing the shortage of 6 lakh doctors and 2 million nurses. And the global demand is much more than this. Sir, with the advanced technology, now imperative to create fresh vision of healthcare. The healthcare delivery based on multidisciplinary team based care them a system only driven by doctors and nurses. Sir, as per World Health Organization vision of 2030, 40 million new health workers is the jobs are going to be created. So in the middle and high income countries, this is the demand. That is what the WHO says. So the McKinsey Global Institution in its job lost and job gained report says in 2017, 130 million jobs globally in healthcare due to aging, particularly in India, sir. By 2030, the aged population will be in a big number in India, so the healthcare system demands a 130 million jobs. Sir, considering these factors, India's vast population, increased lifespan, growth of private health sector, and advancement of technology. These are all the factors. The international demands of elite health professionals, India can create more jobs. We should think on these lines. Apart from shortage of doctors and nurses, the elite health professionals are not even 5% today in India. They are just 5%, but their demand is very big. Sir, as per the report of 2012, 64 lakh elite health professionals are shortage in the country. India can reap this opportunity. This is the time to reap the opportunity to create jobs for the coming youngsters who are now asking for the job in this country. By creating millions of elite health professional jobs, in the coming decade, we can create lakhs of jobs. Sir, among G20 states, countries, India stands second from the bottom. It is a serious concern what I am talking now. Sir, the women participation in the workforce is at a historic low of 23.3%, though they are vulnerable for this job. Sir, about 120 million women has secondary education, do not participate in this health professional work because of their personal, social, and economic reasons. The nature of job also acts as a barrier for the woman. Though they have the vulnerability to have the job, to take the training, but it is not allowed in the Indian social system. Sir, the elite health professional job roles are woman friendly. After WHO report, 38% of the women folk in total health workers, nurses, midwives, female are 83.4%, male and female percentage is, male is 25, female is 75. This is the woman friendly area. So this new elite health professional bill recognizes 53 professions. Sir, in this 53 profession clubbed under 15 categories, you have made it after 600 hours residential training, 80% of the people are going to get the jobs around 12,000 to 16,000 per month income is going to be given for them. So the core employability skills such as communication, English, soft skills, interview facing skills make trainees job ready. But I just wanted to ask the minister, are we taken care these factors in the bill? Sir, I am not finding our people has to be trained in English speaking, soft skills, interviews facing skills, so that they can get jobs across the world. It is not only in India, across the world they can get the job. So in our country, 1.36 billion population has healthcare access and quality is lagging behind Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. They are very small countries where population is concerned, but India is lagging behind the Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Less than 5% are only skilled. That is why the health allied professionals are only 5%. Even in the 5%, sir, the skilled people are not available even in that 5%. That is another tragic part of it. So the bill, while regulates the standards of education and the services, do not address the issue of lack of incentives for the people who opt for such professions. Sir, there are, in the country like India, we have lot of youths in the rural area who have completed their 12th standard, 10 plus 2 standard.
Dr. Hanumanthayya, please conclude now. Please.
Sir, I have 18 minutes, I was told.
Yes, 18 minutes we are completing.
I'll do it. Please. Sir, in this 65% of the youth, and out of which 10 plus 2 are a big number. So to opt this kind of professions for our youngsters, what are the availability the bill is taking care is the question. So the standing committee also recommends that the cause should be inserted in the bill, provide constitution of 8 professional councils for physiotherapy, medical radiology, imaging and therapeutic technology, medical laboratory science professionals. So the bill did not take care of these things.
Thank you, Dr.
So
Hanumanthayya.
I request the minister, sir,
Thank you.
to making it is a very good bill which we also welcoming it, but taking care of the rural youth, providing them attraction to opt out these kind of professions, we wanted to include in that. That is my demand. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.